You are listening to Estheticians Earning More podcast with Brittany Hageman, episode number 166. I am so excited for today's episode. It is part 2. So if you are just listening to this one, I want you to go back and listen to part 1, where I'm really talking about how I went from deciding to quit my corporate job to building a 6-figure esthetician business in less than 3 years. And I really talk about in last episode the fundamentals that I put in when I was an employee working for someone else, growing my reputation, growing my skills, so that when I opened my own business, I just hit the ground kind of running. It was a slow start. The first few months of my business, I wasn't making that much money, just enough to cover my expenses. And in 2018, I really started to grow. So that's what this episode is about. I am going to walk you through every single month what my goals were and then what my results were. I'm actually have them on the screen. So if you're watching the video, you can see it. If you're like me, I'm a visual person. I can't hear a bunch of numbers and retain it. I have to see it. So I have it on the screen of this video so you can actually see the numbers and see the goals that I had. And this is part of what I teach my clients to grow their business, because goal setting is a huge part of that. And not only having the specific goals, but then the daily mindset work that I do with my clients around it, and teaching them how to grow their business by doing daily activities that contributes to these goals. So it's so exciting. I hope that you absolutely love it. Before we get on though with today's episode, I want to tell you that on September 5th, Thursday, September 5th, I'm going to host another free workshop. So if you're new to me, the way my workshops work is you register for them. Whether or not you can make it, you get a recording. And this workshop is called Business Bootcamp, Esthetician Business Bootcamp, because I know from working with estheticians for the last 5 years and being more intimately involved in people's businesses, that a lot of estheticians are really great estheticians. You're really good at what you do. You're great at sugaring. You're good at facials. You're great at acne. You're great at advanced treatments. You're great at lashes. But the business side of running a business, the numbers and profit and making sure that you're actually making money and then bringing in new clients and marketing, all of that can feel very overwhelming, can feel like you cannot do it. It's a whole different skill set than most estheticians have. And so this workshop, I'm just going to go over 3 things that if you do it in your business, you will see results. It's the 3 things I teach my clients, 3 things that are so important that you may not naturally want to do, because your brain is an esthetician brain, which just makes you so good at what you do. But we have to get your brain into that business mindset if you want to be a successful business owner. So it's totally free. The link is in the show notes. You can register, and what else is there to say? And I cannot wait to talk to you then. Okay, enjoy today's episode. Okay, so I want to talk about the importance of writing down your goals every day. And I teach my clients this process, and this is what I did in 2018. And I'm going to just walk you through 2018, January 2018 to July 2018. I could keep going, but I don't want to go on too long with this because it may be a little bit overwhelming. But I'm going to tell you the goals I had for each month and then what my result was. And my clients that do this, that follow my process that I teach them, they get results every single time. So it's a really interesting way to go after your goals. Okay, so my January 2018 goals was 10 new clients. I'm assuming I was saying 10 new acne clients. 5 new regular clients. I think I meant facial. Sell $700 in products. Make $2,000 in profit. And blog. And have 40 appointments. So my results for January 2018 was I did $3,225 total in revenue. I sold $697 in product, and then I had $849 profit. So I didn't hit any of those goals. I don't think I got the new clients. I didn't write down if I got it that day. That one, I do it as I go further along. And so when I wrote down these goals, I actually had activities that I did to try to meet those goals. And that's when I work on with my clients, like specific activities that will hopefully help, because you don't know exactly what you're going to do to hit those goals. You have to do multiple things to kind of get that happening. Okay, so February, my goal was 30 returning clients, 15 new clients, $2,000 in profit, average sale of 105. I think that's when I started realizing like the average sale was really important to help me know if like I was selling enough product essentially for each person. 100 new Instagram followers, 3 appointments a day. Was the minimum of how many appointments I wanted to have a day. So February, I ended up doing $5,044 in revenue. So I went from 3,200 to 5,000. I sold $1,397 in product. And so I basically doubled my product. My profit was $2,336. So I hit my profit goal. I see a check next to, I did my average sale was 105. I did not get 100 new followers. I got 25 returning clients and 9 new acne clients, which was big. That's why I had more money. Okay. My March goal was 35 returning clients, 20 new clients that were acne that bought product. Average sale wanted to be 110, so it was 105 the month before. I wanted to do 3,000 in profit. I wanted to have 3 appointments a day, 100 new Instagram followers. I wanted to spend less than $1,500 in supplies. I started realizing I was spending too much. I wanted to have $1,000 weekends. And so I wrote that I got 30 of my 35 clients. And this is why like I also teach evaluation of my clients. I want them to evaluate like, how did it go? What happened? What worked? What didn't work? And sometimes you can feel really shameful when you do this because you're going to see I never hit all the goals every month. And some of the goals I changed. So I'm like, this is not working. The goal that I had does not really give me the result that I want. And so, okay, so I did 30 returning clients, 9 new acne clients. My average sale was 102. My profit was 1,300. My goal was 3,000. I had 10 of the 20 days that I worked in March. I had 3 appointments a day. It's about half of what I wanted to do. I had 14 new followers on Instagram. I wanted 100. You can see why I thought like a lot of Instagram followers at the time was important. You'll see that I learned that actually wasn't that important. 14 actually a month is fantastic. I wasn't trying to be like a global brand. I was just trying to like have meet local people. So you'll see I learned that. I spent $3,000. My goal was $1,500. And I did 2 of my weekends were $1,000 weekends. And my March numbers was ending in $5,000 in revenue, about the same as the month before, so off by $20. Did $928 in product, so I did a little less in product, and my profit was also less, was $1,239. Okay, so April 20. Okay, my April goals was 35 returning clients, 5 new acne clients, 20 returning acne clients. So I think I had 15 facial clients. My average sale wanted to be 110. That was still my goal. I wanted $3,000 in profit and my gross to be $5,700. I wanted 50 new Instagram followers. I could have changed my goal from 100 to 50. I'm like, okay, I'll just do 50 this month, okay? I wanted 300 minimum days. So like before it was 3 appointments, and I realized that in a day I wanted to do like so about $300 a day. And I wanted to blog 4 times. So in April, my revenue was $6,515, and I sold $1,600 in product, and my profit was $3,200. So I hit those profit and revenue goals because my goal was $3,000 in profit and $5,700 in revenue. And I hit my average sale. I hit my 300 minimum a day. I did not get 15 new Instagram followers. I didn't write how many I got. Probably didn't get any. Maybe I got a couple. I had 20 returning acne clients. I had 5 new acne clients. And I had 35 regular clients. My total clients was 35. So it's in May. And it's funny because as I go through my notebook, I can see that I was writing it down every day. Remember, my hand would like get a hand cramp if I would write my goals down and then like all the process that I have my clients do. Okay, May was 4,500 profit was my goal and 6,000 revenue. Expenses not to exceed 2,500. $400 in daily sales in May. 10 new acne clients on full products. 100 new followers on Instagram. I wanted to blog 4 times. 60 clients in May. Okay. So May, my revenue was $7,610. My goal was $6,000. I remind you, my revenue in January is $3,225. So I more than doubled it in 5 months. My profit, I wanted to be $4,500. My profit was $416. I think I had to pay some taxes and some like legal. So I looked at my profit and loss, and there was like fees I had to pay. So I didn't get to keep a lot of that money. I sold $2,300 in products. I got 10 new acne clients. I did not get 100 new Instagram followers. And I did 60 appointments in May. So you can see I was really focusing on the daily sales and sales per person and product and thinking about it in that way. It may not work for you that way. You may have to like figure it out in a way that makes it more sense for you. But my clients that do this, I'm telling you, it works. Okay, my June goals was 4,500 in profit, 7,000 in revenue, 400 minimum a day in June, 10 new acne clients on full products, and 45 returning clients in June. So June, my revenue was 7,153. So I dropped a little bit from May. My product sales was 2,000, so about the same as the month before, a little less. And then my profit was $3,752, which is my biggest profit to date at that time, which was huge. I remember being like, oh my gosh, I actually made money. Okay, last one we're going to do. I could keep going, but I don't want to. I wanted to demonstrate it because within such a short amount of time, my business changed. And it was because of this process that I did of journaling and taking action in these different ways and trying to like look at Yelp, look at this, look at that, market, talking to people, like all the different things I was doing. I was doing all these different things every single day because I knew the more I did these things, the better chance I could get the goals. And I also did all this mindset work as well on it. So my brain wasn't just constantly in doubt, because if you had told January me that I was going to be in June to be 7,000 and my goal was like 2,000, I'm like, how? I have 15 clients. That's not physically possible, right? Like, I'm not going to raise my price. Like, my brain wouldn't have made that happen. So I did the small steps. It was like pushing myself further and further and further. Okay, July was minimum days were $450. I wanted $7,500 in revenue. I wanted $6,000 in profit. 15 new acne clients buying the full range of clients. And I also write scheduling twice a month because clearly I was having a hard time with that. And I wanted 30 Yelp reviews. I don't know how many Yelp reviews. I didn't record it. How many I got. This is why it's so important to record this stuff and go back and look. And you can see I don't always hit these goals. I actually also have 500 Instagram followers. I think I have like a total of 800 Instagram followers on my BLH Beauty account. I learned within this year that it's the quality of followers, not the quantity. So people who actually want to come and get a facial and get rid of their acne was way more important than just a follower to me. Okay. My July results was my revenue was 7,267. I did 2,126 in products, and my profit was 3,720, which was $32 less than the month before. And it continued to go up. This was 2018 to 2019. My numbers were much higher because I did over $100,000 that year. And in 2018, I did $76,000. So I really started to master this process of journaling, of working on my mindset, of doing the daily growth activities every single day, no matter what, especially when I wasn't booked, especially on the days that my goal was $300 in a day and I did 50. So I really was disciplined in that. I also didn't get so hung up on if something didn't work. Of course, things didn't work and it would really hurt. I did try Groupon because I was I needed people. I remember it was in January, February. I really needed new clients. That was one of my goals. And I had a couple people that ended up being okay clients from Groupon that they weren't great, but they were okay. And one client I always will remember, I got there on Sunday morning. I was super happy to work on Sunday mornings. It was always so quiet. No one was there. Got all set up. I was feeling so positive. I did my journaling. I'm like, I got this. I have a new acne client from Groupon. She's going to go on product. She's going to love it. She's going to get great results. I was just in the best headspace. I remember sitting there just waiting for her at the door. And she no-showed. And I felt so heartbroken. And how am I going to get more clients? And that's when I really started focusing on marketing, because I knew the ways that I had seen other people do it wasn't working for me. Giving out highly discounted services for acne didn't seem to work for the acne population. It can work for other populations for sure. Did not work for the acne population. So I really focused on referrals, marketing, talking to people about my business, and a little bit of advertising. Advertising has changed a lot since that time. And I don't ever tell someone not to advertise, but I want to make sure before someone advertises that you have a couple things really good in your business. You have reviews, your website is easy for people to understand what you do. If you're paying money to send someone to you, you want have your ducks in a row. And so I did. I made sure my ducks were all in a row. My website was good. Everything was good. So I could easily have that be a place that I could spend $30 here and there to advertise. And sometimes advertisements, I get 2 clients, and sometimes I wouldn't get any clients. And I always tried to keep a mindset about it. It's there's not going to be one thing that I do that's just the jackpot. You pull the lever and now money comes. I knew that from working with the woman that I did before who had her own business. I knew from building my clientele with her, it wasn't one person referred 20 people to me, or Yelp. I just got so many people from Yelp, or one, it wasn't one thing that I did was the thing. I know that the woman I worked for, she built her business on Groupon. Because when she started, Groupon was totally different, and she got so many incredible clients from Groupon, and that is literally how she built her business. And then she maintained through Yelp. And so she never paid for advertisement because she just got those reviews. She was really good at getting reviews. And so I took those things with me, and it was I just decided, I was going to be uncomfortable either way. Did I want to be uncomfortable writing down the same goals in January as in July? Or did I want to ask people for reviews, even though that made me a little bit nervous? Ask people to come in for facials, my friends and family, to give them a facial so they felt genuine, give me a review, and I can also practice and all the things. Which uncomfortable did I want to feel? Because I was going to feel uncomfortable one way or the other. And I say that not you either have to go out and cold call, knock people's doors. You don't have to be that uncomfortable. But it made me a little bit uncomfortable asking for reviews, for sure. But not as uncomfortable as asking complete strangers to come in for an acne treatment. So I was I can't do that. That makes me want to vomit. So that is definitely the most effective way. Going up to people and asking them to come in for a facial, you're going to get a bigger turnaround of people saying yes. You're going to get a lot of rejection, but you're going to get a quicker yes from that than you are from the marketing and other things that take longer to work. So you just have to pick your poison. And that's why I do encourage my clients to talk to people in person as well as online. But if you're not going to talk to people in person, you have to be online so much more. And it has to be good. And it has to be hitting the message. And it has to be in a message that people can receive and understand. And I think that's where people give up. Because they try to put things on, they try to post, and they don't get people liking it. They don't get the response they expect. It's not working. But one of the things that I learned then it was not a fun lesson to learn, but I learned it then, and I still know it's to be true for my business today, was people may have followed me in January of 2018 and they didn't come in until December of 2018. Like, it took them 12 months of seeing me post. And I don't know what point stories, I think stories came like end of 2018, 2019, I can't remember. It wasn't definitely when I first started. But watching my stories when stories came and all the things, they some of them took longer than others to be like, yeah, I want to come. And of course, I had clients that quit, like I had to replace clients that quit or clients that moved. San Diego is a very transient community. People come for college and they leave, or, like myself, I live there. I don't live there anymore. Like, people move around in and out of San Diego frequently. And so I was always having to replace clients for whether they graduated or they left or whatever. But the thing that I learned when I was figuring all this out in 2018, 2019, I just kind of like kept going with it. It wasn't as much learning if I just did what I did, was that I learned how to market, how to talk about my business, how to promote myself in all of these different ways, so that if I had like 6 clients graduate in 2019 and move on and all these things, I could easily replace them because I knew exactly how to like turn up the dial on my marketing if I needed to. And at this time, my husband had quit his job at Target to become a pilot and to go to flight school. And we cut back our expenses dramatically. And we had a little bit of savings to kind of help cushion us, but I had to make money. And by the end of 2018, I was making enough money to pay our bills. And then definitely in 2018, then he ended up getting an instructing job and he was able to help too. So we were definitely making enough money, more than enough money. But I didn't really have a lot of options than trying to make this work. And so in those months that my profit was like not a lot of money or not even enough money to pay our bills, I was also working my other jobs doing makeup. So 2018, all that whole spring and summer and into the fall, I was doing makeup on like Saturdays. And on, random days when I could fit makeup clients in that I didn't easily book. And I was also working nights. I worked nights doing acne and my facials because that's when people could come in. I didn't want to work night permanently. In 2018, I was able to move my hours to more what I liked. So I had enough clientele that would kind of move the hours I wanted. But I worked weekends, every single weekend. And I would sometimes go from doing my makeup clients, like my bridal, like I'd wake up at 4 a.m. to my bridal and then go and do facials and acne treatments and Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday, I would wake up really early again, go to do more makeup and then come in for, my acne treatments if I had one or two. That was the pace of my life. And I worked nights most of the time. I'd work until like 9 p.m. I was like the last person there. I wasn't there all day. So then in the morning, I could spend a lot of time doing the marketing work. But you can see how I utilized my time really effectively. I made sure I was making money in other ways so that my business, I wasn't feeling so much pressure into making it grow so fast. And I definitely had the pressure. My husband was about to quit his job. I didn't have a lot of time. I think he quit his job in like April 2018, and then they can negotiate like an additional 2 months of pay. So we had a little bit of cushion, but it was like we didn't have a lot of time to make this work. But the time that I wasn't working my other job or on my clients, I was doing my daily growth activities and every day did my mindset work. And it's that simple, but it's not that easy. And I think this is where people get hung up on it, because you go from $3,225 in revenue in January 2018 to $7,267 in revenue in July 2018. I did a lot of work that did not get me instant results. A lot. And when I look back in 2016 and 2017, when I was working for someone else, the same. A lot of work where I got no money from it. No new clients instantly booking from it. But I knew that me working hard didn't exactly instantly become money. One of the good things about working at Target was one of the reasons that was so hard working there was that you couldn't ever get ahead. Everything started over the next day. Like you had to rezone, what they called it, like make everything organized. New product was coming in every day. So you get to store the most beautiful, perfect. People come through the next day, totally shop it. You just start all over again. Like, and nothing ever was like you could build. Like, well, this is taken care of and this is going to stay this way. Like, that doesn't exist in retail. And then it changes again before you even have time. Like, the whole thing changes and how it's supposed to look in the products. And now you're like clearancing the old product. Like, it's just like every single day is completely different. And you basically have to start from the beginning every single day. And all the hard work that you do today means nothing tomorrow. Like, literally nothing. Like, I was responsible for the cashiers that sold red cards, and every week we had to hit a certain percentage. We get in a lot of trouble, and it didn't roll over. So like if 1 week we did 6% of conversion for our red cards, and the next week we did 2%, our average wouldn't be the weeks between the two. The 6%'s gone. We don't care that you did that great job. You only got 2% this week. You're not doing your job. It was that insane, like had the pressure of that job. So every single day was like, we had to hit the ground running. There was no like, well, there's momentum, so we're just going to let the momentum move us. We had to every day create brand new momentum. And so that was the same attitude I had in my business. It was like every single day I have to create that new momentum because the work I did yesterday isn't going to help today, even though it totally does. It's totally different actually when you grow your own business. It does work that way, but that wasn't my mentality. It was like every day I have to do something to keep that ball moving and rolling. And if I just like, well, the 3 posts I did last week are good enough for the next 2 weeks or whatever, that doesn't work. You can see how it doesn't work and how I went after my goal. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you some like little moments of like, oh, I'm looking at it very narrowly. Like, this is how I think I should grow my business. But it really is this huge way of so many different ways of clients coming in. I call it client funnels. It's not something I haven't created that term. That's a term with sales. And I actually work with my clients on their funnels and have them track it so we know where people are coming through, where they're coming in, how long it takes them to come through the funnel. And the more they do it, the easier it is for them to see what's working, what's not working. And the better it is to build their confidence to keep going. So you could do it too. I'm so excited. I hope this was helpful. Hope you got some inspiration from this podcast. And I will be back next week. Bye for now. Hey, if you like this podcast, please rate and review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. I cannot tell you how much that helps my podcast grow. So you can click 5 stars if you like it and you want to give me 5 stars. And please leave a review about telling me why you like it so that I can help other estheticians grow their business. Thank you so much.